Oh, welcome back to our channel, where today we're going to talk about CFEngine Enterprise for ARM64. We're all together. So Agent is in Oslo, special edition. We've got
Cody, as always.
Craig.
Lars.
Johnson.
Bratislav.
and
You.
Me.
more.
Ule.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. And I'm Nick.
Yeah.
Do our things.
And that's Ule there. Yeah,
So Craig,
yes.
take it away.
We have a Pi here, a little Raspberry Pi 4. And we have nightly builds of Enterprise Hub and Enterprise Agent for 64-bit ARM processors, which you can use on like Amazon has ARM available, and I think it may be a good option for cost and resources, possibly. That's what I've heard. And it's also good for actual devices. This is Raspberry Pi 4, 64-bit. Some of the other older Raspberry Pis are 32-bit, and I'm currently working on getting packages ready for those too. And we'll see how that goes. And then I think the Raspberry Pi Zero second version is also 64-bit. So the newer ones, if you can get them, maybe they're good to use for this. So what we're going to do today is install Hub on this Raspberry Pi 4. And the way we're going to do that is I already have this Raspberry Pi 4 here that I'm logged into, and I have installed CF Remote here, our tool to do various things remotely to servers, like install CFEngine, check on what kind of system they are, run commands, things like that. So here I'm doing this -- version master is going to grab the nightlies. So we build for all our platforms every night, and CF Remote can install those nightlies. So if you wanted to keep really up to date, you could just do this every day. I have done that before for periods of months, and it's pretty cool for me because I like to catch things that get in there. And then so install, and then the Hub is localhost. I'm going to bootstrap to the IP address that the Wi-Fi router gave me, and I'm going to start this. And given the fact that it's
A little under-resourced.
it's a little under-resourced, and I think possibly even most importantly, which Bratislav was kind of mentioning the other day, was that it is using an SD card, which I believe I was watching the logs as it was installing, and I think it was kind of getting stuck on some syncing and things like that. But you know, it just takes 7 minutes, so it's just 2 minutes shy, or 2 minutes beyond an agent cycle. So all of you CF engineers should be well versed in waiting 5 to 15 minutes, possibly. It's a time-honored tradition. What we can do actually while that's happening. What?
I was just going to point
Oh,
out
yeah.
here. So by default, CF Remote is installing the enterprise version, but you can pass the edition flag.
That's right. Yeah. So you can do -- edition community. And we also have the nightlies available for ARM64-bit with for the community packages as well. So you can do that. We support, right now we have Debian 11, which is both Debian 11 on like Amazon, plus it's Raspberry Pi OS is based on Debian 11. So the packages work there too.
They work
That's
on
the-
Ubuntu also.
Yeah, and so we also have Ubuntu 22, which is available on Amazon, and you can install it on a Raspberry Pi as well. I've done all of those, and they all work great. In fact, we build the packages on the Amazon 64-bit machines, instances. So what we could do here is go over there, and we can tell a log maybe. Should be a there's a CFEngine this install log. So I think it's probably kind of in the middle of something right now. So once we get the Hub going, I'm going to show you all setting up a few things. And what I'm going to set up is the CFEngine build. So I've got this repository here on GitHub, which is just kind of a simple CFBS project. And I'm going to go over here to settings. So part of the setup in Mission Portal build is to add keys so that Mission Portal can read and write the repository. And
Are
so
you
we're-
do you have the key generator? Or are you gonna
we're
generate
gonna
it?
we're gonna do that later. I just wanted to kind of
Get
get
it ready.
started soon. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna add a deploy key, and what I'm gonna do is once Mission Portal comes up, I'm gonna paste in a generated key from Mission Portal over here, and that'll be
Actually, go ahead and give it a title.
yeah exactly. So I usually say like, well, you can see what I've called it.
Oh,
That's nice. And then yeah, you want to allow write access there. A couple of things that we did for different for the ARM platform was and I actually looked at the kernel sources for this, but they Raspberry Pi as a foundation, I guess, or whoever's managing the Linux kernel for them, they put in kind of what I think is a pretty oddball entry into CPU info, which is this I think it's, model. Like this thing right here is not on any other system.
Not on any other.
It's like only on Raspberry Pi Linux kernel is this model. I think other systems might have similar, I think it's a model name or something. So they just, and I looked at the Linux kernel that they have, and it's just a little if else, like, I don't even know why they did it differently, but it's there. And so we grabbed that as part of our inventory and serial number and the hardware that you're running. There's also let's see, this device tree, or no, it's sys class. Oh, where is that? It's proc. Oh, it's proc still. Proc device tree. So a lot of ARM devices with the Linux kernel use the Linux device tree, which is a way of specifying parameters and supported hardware and things like that to the Linux kernel, so you don't have to build so many kernels necessarily. So you can kind of include things and include addresses of hardware addresses and things like that. But one thing it does get us is let's see, I think it's the model is also there. So if we want to get it from there, we could, and then the serial number is also there. And there's this other thing that's really pretty interesting, but I haven't quite figured out how to use it yet, which is this compatible, which is kind of a more inner kind of thing of device tree, but it does have really cool information. Like it just says Raspberry Pi 4, and you know, like what chip it is, but I think it'd be neat to have like a class that says Raspberry Pi, so maybe you need to do some things in your policy that are specific to Raspberry Pi.
So there's no Pi specific classes right now?
No, there aren't. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're in the second half of the install here. If I can figure out what the name of the file is. Okay, there we go. The Zoom does a good job of throwing things around for me. 12. Okay. So yeah, it's doing some database stuff. And I timed this, and it's about 7 minutes. Yeah, since I don't know where we're at exactly. Might almost be done.
We could
Oh, whoa.
post, right?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Martin, did you have a question?
Oh, yeah.
Not a question, just a remark, because Nick asked about Pi specific policies or classes or whatever. Well, the point is, if you're using Debian, you can use almost all the policies that you use for an ordinary box, an ARM64. There are hardly any differences. That's all I wanted to remark.
Yeah. I found that I've been running Debian on a Raspbian or Raspberry Pi OS, which is the new name. Yeah, I've been running all kinds of things on the Pis and on Debian, and it just works like normal. So yeah. totally. Yeah, so it looks like it's just about ready to go. Let's see, let's come back here and get the IP address. This, and then we can go over to Firefox and see what's going on over there. Nothing yet.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
There.
it's there. Cool. I gotta try to move this Zoom component. Pardon my Zoom component. It's getting in the way. Let's see. Okay, so this might. Oh yeah, it should be all right. Oh yeah, cool. So bootstrapping is successful. Great.
Great.
All right, so we're done over there. Yeah, we really don't need to use that anymore. So we'll do this business here, and we can just go straight to build. Get my notes back here. Oh, right, wrong one. Yeah, okay, good. All right, so let's see this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna come over here to the Git repo, and I'm just gonna go up here and copy the SSH URL, go over to here and paste it in. And we're gonna do an SSH key, we're gonna generate that. And I've run with this for a while, a hub on Raspberry Pi, and I find it to work fine. So that's pretty nice to just have a low power, low footprint kind of cheaper kind of box, do some useful work for you. So we copy that public key, and then we go back over here and we go into settings, deploy keys, and then
Add.
okay, yeah, I know. I was behind.
Went away. Yeah.
Yeah, I was behind my thing. Okay, build key, paste that in, allow write access. We'll add that.
Where's
I forgot. Oh, dang. And now, after you did that secret thing, you can see that that key is there. Now I'll go back over, and at this point, we should be ready to save this. And it's successfully
what
created.
did you initialize your build project with here?
Oh, what did I initialize it with?
Yeah, like what are these?
Oh, right. Okay. So I had intended to actually remove these and add, but this is great. So basically what I added was I added every minute, which, and I mean, we can click on and look at them, but that just runs the agent more often. So for demos is kind of nice. For normal operations, maybe you don't want that. I've added Linus, which is something that you worked on pulling in, which is a nice security tool for looking and seeing what issues there might be for your system. And then I also added this compliance report for Linus. So these are the things that are in, and the other things, auto run and this report importer are things that are dependencies. Yeah, right. So we have those things. Now we should be able to go to the dashboard, and we should have one host. Yes, that's how many hosts we have. And then, you know, all the normal things work like normal. We can go look at inventory. And then that looks like there we go.
Are we missing some columns?
Yeah, I think it hasn't
Oh,
gotten around to
got
the
anything
report
yet?
collection yet. Yeah. We'll just force that. And I'll go back to reports. Inventory.
There's a link at the host page there.
Oh, to go to.
Yeah, exactly.
Show all the
okay, cool.
inventory stuff.
Okay, great. Yeah, it looks like it's not quite collected yet. Oh, open inventory report, right? Well, so here, actually, we can see that there are some attributes specific to this machine. So yeah, it's ARM64. This is the CPU model. And it looks like, yeah, so we've got the system version, that's that model, that's in the device tree, and also CPU info and serial number and a product name. And this is like an official product name. I looked it up on the internet, so it's legit stuff. So I can open up the inventory report. And now, yeah, let's see, we have a few more things there. But yeah, so we've got that information there. And then what we can do is, let's see, I think we have to wait for the Linux inventory to come in. Right?
It's gotta do it.
Yeah. So,
What's the agent runtime on this?
oh yeah, right. That's another thing we're gonna look at. So yeah, so the last agent run was rather short. Obviously there was one that was rather long, and doing this certainly like installing Linux and doing Linux scan are both pretty long operations here. But yeah, so it can be as short as, you know, a
3
couple of
seconds.
seconds. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, obviously we're not doing a ton of stuff in this policy, but
Right.
you know, we're not.
Yeah, that's fine. Though. I mean, like for collecting some basic info, it's not crumbling under.
So something's still going. Linux is still going.
Their Linux.
No.
Looks like Linux is done.
Okay, so
So
go
let's
back
maybe
in, do a
report collection. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How could use it without these two buttons?
Yeah. They
They do really have improved the quality of life here.
There it is.
Hey, boom! Look at all this info.
Yeah. So we got this Linux reports, and so yeah, these are all the things that it suggests to fix on this Raspberry Pi. It's not nothing, so that's good to know. I don't know if the report will be ready yet, but we can take a look. So
I'll have to do another.
compliance report. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now we got to go do another agent run.
Okay.
So currently, when you import a compliance report, any of the conditions, like anything that they're using, if they're using like inventory attributes,
Mhm.
if those inventory attributes haven't existed, then it won't import the report.
Right.
So you got to have some data that they're using, but that's just another thing that'll get fixed.
Cool.
Be nice if we had the.
There we go. Yeah.
Hey, nice.
Okay. And then, if I remember right, there's a lot of data in here, so this takes about 30 seconds. And when we get the pretty graphs on this, we're all done. This is the goal.
Great.
The Linux pretty charts that tell
And look at
you
this.
how red your Raspberry Pi is.
We're looking at a 30-minute agent is in
I know.
Yeah.
on a Pi.
Yeah.
It's a
Cool.
record.
So what are the checks that are listed
Yeah.
here?
So we can already look and see, you know, like which things passing and not passing. I think this is your favorite, isn't it? This
It
issue
is one of my favorites.
banner,
Yeah.
issue banner file contents.
7126.
I've seen it many times during a demo from Nick. Now we have the pretty graphs. Looks like 20% failing. And there's 12 kind of
High severity.
high severity failed checks. So on this Raspberry Pi, we need more policy to fix this up to be nice and
Yeah.
be compliant.
Yeah.
And we can do that work. Some
Can you show-
modules and things.
Can you show the failures easily?
You know, they're here. See 0 of 1, 0 of 1,
Zero
0 of 1.
passing
Yeah,
of
zero
one
passing of one.
post that the condition is applied to.
Yeah. Yeah, I already logged in, ticked about that. So so you can filter based on the failures.
Yeah, great.
So there you go.
That's awesome, Craig.
Yeah, that's really
That's
cool.
that.
So
We could probably,
Any questions, I guess?
Yeah,
Or
any-
comments, thoughts?
yeah,
questions, comments from the people who are live?
Yeah, it's lovely to see the Raspberry Pi doing it well.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
We
thanks
also-
everybody for
Yeah.
coming. If there's no other questions or comments, then we're gonna go get back to our workshop and see some old colleagues.
Yep, alumni dinner tonight, so
That's right.
awesome. Well, yeah, thanks everybody for joining. We'll see you next month.
Next time.
Take care, everybody.
Okay.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
See you in episode 17.
Bye.
Let's do like one big wave.
Yeah.